Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Tom Siri from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of boxing. In today's bonus segment for you guys, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton. The fight officially in the books. I'll be sharing my fight summary of what took place today in the sport of boxing. So today, Naoya Inoue defeated Stephen Fulton in the eighth round via knockout to become the new unified bantamweight champion at 122 pounds. Naoya Inoue is now the reigning, defending WBC and WBO world champion at the bantamweight division, at the 122 pound division in the sport of boxing. But this fight this morning, I know that a lot of people in the States had to wake up very early in the morning to watch this fight. I actually watched this fight at work. So when I was dissecting the fight, when I was watching the fight between Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton, this might have been one of the most one-sided affairs in a 50-50 fight in the sport of boxing that this sport has ever seen in terms of one-sided affairs when it comes to 50-50 fights. And Naoya Inoue had a legitimate chance to win this fight. Stephen Fulton had a legitimate chance to win this fight. And it looked like a one-sided affair. Naoya Inoue had his most impressive performance as far as I'm concerned in his boxing career. He made it look easy all the way up until the 8th round. I scored the fight 7-1 in favor of Naoya Inoue, winning 7 rounds, only losing 1 round in the total of the 8 rounds that took place today in this fight. So this was a huge statement made by Naoya Inoue. He's called the monster for a reason, with a devastating knockout victory in the 8th round. Now finds himself as the new unified champion at 122 pounds. And the thing was, what concerned me in my fight prediction, which I feel silly for even picking Stephen Fulton the way how this fight went. Naoya Inoue, I thought he would have a problem possessing his power, translating his power from 118 to making the jump up to 122. Well, Naoya Inoue left no doubt about it that his power would translate up to his new division, and he translated his power. He looks more powerful than ever. He looks very comfortable at 122 pounds already. And his debut fight in the new bantamweight division, this was, like I said, this was by far his best performance of his career thus far. He looked very comfortable and walking down Stephen Fulton, who I still believe that Stephen Fulton is the bigger guy between the two. He walked him down and made the fight look comfortable, let the fight come to him as well. If Stephen Fulton was walking him down, attempted to walk him down, Naoya Inoue was very comfortable fighting on his back foot as well. He showed he could fight in the inside and the outside against Stephen Fulton, which I said in my fight prediction would be a mistake if he fought in the inside with Stephen Fulton. He left no mistake about it. I was completely wrong about the monster, and he fought comfortably in the inside and the outside in this fight today. And he made it look easy. He everything that he wanted to do on the inside and the outside, whether it came to landing effective jabs, landing effective counter punches, and landing effective body shots. Everything during this fight was going in Naoya Inoue's way. And the stats don't lie. In the stat department, in terms of shots landed, Naoya Inoue landed a total of 114 body shots compared to Stephen Fulton's 47 punches landed by body shot. Then you have Naoya Inoue, who landed a total of 44 jabs compared to Stephen Fulton's 23 jabs, which was also a red flag during this fight. I thought Stephen Fulton was going to have that stiff jab that I said in the fight prediction. I said that was going to be one of the ways for his key to victory in this fight. He did not bring his stiff jab to the table and only landed a total of 23 jabs during this fight. Then Naoya Inoue landed a total of 70 punches compared to Stephen Fulton's 24 punches. So this was huge. This tells me that Naoya Inoue was the better he was the better fighter overall, with no mistake about it. And from what I saw, Stephen Fulton had his opportunities. I think what happened was, after the first round, I noticed that Naoya Inoue got out to a very fast start. If you guys follow the sport of boxing, majority of the time, the first and second round is a feeling out process. It's to check the temperature in the room, to see what fighter's going to bring to the table, how they're going to fight their fight, and nothing really happens in the first and second round. Well, I saw in the first round of this fight that Naoya Inoue definitely took away Stephen Fulton's confidence. He felt his power very early in this fight. And Stephen Fulton just froze up because every time he attempted to walked down Naoya Inoue, he would stand in his face and wouldn't throw any combinations. He was just frozen of the fact that he has already acknowledged Naoya Inoue's power, which really affected his overall performance. I thought he was very intimidated once he felt Naoya Inoue's power, once he felt his punches. I think that's what really threw Stephen Fulton off in this fight, because if you're the bigger guy, and the fights that you always have, you're not a knockout artist, so what do you normally do to win fights by the judges' decisions? You walk down your fighter, you walk down your opponents, you hit him with your stiff jab, hit him with your stiff uppercuts, fighting the inside, fighting the clinch. That's what Stephen Fulton always does. And today, he was frozen. He didn't know what to do. He was a sitting duck to Naoya Inoue. And this is the reason why he did not have the performance that I thought he was going to have. And a lot of you guys out there watching and listening thought he was going to have today. So I do believe that the victory is even more sweeter for Naoya Inoue, who silenced a lot of boxing politics by did not stack his hands. Now, if you guys have followed the story, if you guys follow the rules that happen in Japan in the sport of boxing, there is a rule called stacking. Stacking is where you have your hand, you have to wrap your hands obviously around for a boxing glove. And in Japan, the rules are you can stack, and it's like a gauze of tape being wrapped around to the point where it's almost like a cast underneath your boxing gloves. That's how they can do things for the sport of boxing in Japan, in the country of Japan. Naoya Inoue normally does that for his fights, but he heard what Stephen Fulton's team had to say at the press conference Saturday. He heard the comments that Stephen Fulton's team was not comfortable with Naoya Inoue stacking. So what did Naoya Inoue do? He did what he's done in the past when he's had to fight in the United States and Las Vegas, Nevada, California, in the UK, where he cannot stack. And he did his thing. He let Stephen Fulton's team watch him stack. He did not stack. He properly wrapped in a legal way and defeated Stephen Fulton without the politics of wrapping. And that's how good of a fighter Naoya Inoue is. But shout out to Stephen Fulton. He deserves his credit. He deserves his flowers for not only giving us something that the sport of boxing needed in terms of 50-50 fights, but traveling from the United States, traveling over to the country of Japan in hostile territory to take on one of the best fighters in the sport today, in Naoya Inoue. And he wanted to go over there and defend his titles. You have to give him his respect. You have to give him the satisfaction that he gave us boxing fans a 50-50 fight. Something that we have been complaining about all the way up until the calendar year 2023. Stephen Fulton gave us everything he could, so he deserves his credit for that and giving us one of the best fights that could have been presented to us this year. But now, Naoya Inoue is now a 4-time world champion in the sport of boxing in 4 different weight classes. If you want my honest opinion, what Naoya Inoue is doing is something that's similar to what Manny Pacquiao did in the past when he became an 8-time world champion in 8 different weight classes. That is something that Naoya Inoue could be on the path to. This could be the generation's Manny Pacquiao, of a guy that is talented, with power, with speed, with athleticism, somebody that can beat you any which way you want. Somebody that can climb up weight and look absolutely perfect adjusting to new weight classes. That's exactly what Manny Pacquiao did in his illustrious career. Now we're seeing the same way from Naoya Inoue, who's now a 4-time world champion in 4 different weight classes. Now, Naoya Inoue has said he wants to be a undisputed champion by the end of the year of 2023 and the 122-pound super bantamweight division. So we're going to see if that happens. But my bold prediction for Naoya Inoue in terms of future, and this is the trajectory that I could truly see this happening at this particular point. This is my bold prediction. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most popular stars in the sport of boxing. He's one of the biggest draws. He's up there with biggest draws of the likes of Canelo Alvarez, Earl Spence Jr., Tyson Fury. He's up there in that category for biggest draws in the sport today. If Gervonta Davis continues on the trajectory that he's on, picking up significant wins, winning these fights by knockout, cleaning out the 135-pound division of the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, Devin Haney if he's still around, whoever is the top names at 135. If Gervonta Davis stays on this projection, and Naoya Inoue stays on this projection of cleaning out several divisions, climbing up the ranks, winning world titles, and several more weight classes, I do believe in the next 3 to 4 years, we could see a monumental fight take place in the sport of boxing between Gervonta Davis and between Naoya Inoue. The money's there. Let's already start off with that. The money is there. The sport of boxing is already buzzing about this future encounter that could take place one day in the future. The money is there. The fireworks, the explosion would be there. Both are the biggest, are in the conversation for being the best knockout artists in the sport today. Both have crazy athleticism in the ring. Both have shown on several different occasions that they are more than just power punchers. They bring everything to the table in terms of defensive fighters, boxing IQ, ring, everything, footwork, everything you want in a boxer. That's what Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue is. And this would be something monumental for the sport of boxing to see. I think if this is going to happen, it's not going to happen anytime soon. This will happen. In order for this to happen, Gervonta Davis will have to keep taking care of business at the lightweight division, and Naoya Inoue will have to keep taking care of business and climbing up ranks and being this generation's Manny Pacquiao, or winning world championships in several different weight classes for this dream affair to happen. But those are my thoughts on Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton's fight today. That is my fight summary, and that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Tom Cyree, signing off, and I'll see you guys on next week's episode.